Welcome back. In last video, we learned difference between population and sample. But here's the real challenge. When we say we will take sample, how exactly do we do that? That's where sampling methods comes in. Sampling is backbone of data analysis because if you choose wrong sample, your analysis will mislead you. For example, think about opinion poll before elections. If sample is biased, results will predict wrong winner, and this has actually happened in history. So in this video, we will dive into all major types of sampling with definitions, real life examples, advantages, disadvantages, and tips on when to use which. By the end, you will have clear framework that analysts, researchers, and businesses use every single day. To understand this topic on deeper level, let's first understand what sampling is. Sampling is simply process of choosing subset of individuals from population so we can study them. Example, imagine you want to know average spending of customers at shopping mall. Studying every single customer means whole population would be time consuming and costly also. Instead, you take sample of say 200 shoppers and analyze their spending. Goal is sample should represent whole population. If your sample is too biased, for example, only selecting customers from luxury stores, your results won't reflect reality. Now, let's move on to categories of sample. All sampling methods fall in two broad categories. First, probability sampling, and second, non-probability sampling. Probability sampling, where every individual in population has known non-zero chance of being selected. This reduces bias. It is mainly used in quantitative research. And non-probability sampling, where selection depends on convenience, judgment, or accessibility. This is easier and quicker but more biased. It is often used in exploratory or qualitative research. There are four main probability sampling methods: simple random, stratified, cluster, and systematic. Let's go through all of them one by one. Simple random sampling is the purest form of sampling. Every member has equal chance of being picked. Your sampling frame should include whole population. Example, suppose there are 1000 students in school. You use random number generator to pick 100 students. Each student has exactly 10% chance to get selected. Its pros, it is very unbiased and easy to understand. And cons, not practical for very large populations unless you have complete list. In stratified sampling, you divide population into groups or strata and then sample from each group proportionally. Example, in company of 1000 employees, 700 are male and 300 are female. To get representative sample of 100, you select 70 males and 30 females. Its pros, it guarantees representation of key groups. And cons, you must know exact population breakdown first. In cluster sampling, instead of selecting individuals, you randomly select whole clusters. Example, to study 10,000 households in city, you randomly pick 20 neighborhoods and survey everyone there. Its pros, it saves cost and time. And cons, clusters may not perfectly represent population. In systematic sampling, you pick every nth individual. Example, from list of 1000 students, you start at student number 5, then pick every 10th student like 5, 15, 25, 35, and so on. Its pros, it is easy and structured. And cons, if list has hidden patterns like every 10th student is from same class, bias may creep in. Now, let's discuss non-probability sampling methods. There are four main non-probability sampling methods: convenience, purposive or judgment, quota, and snowball. Let's go through all of them one by one. Convenience sampling is the simplest method. You select whoever is easiest to reach. Example, students surveying friends in their class. Its pros, it is very fast and cheap. And cons, highly biased. Results can't be generalized. In purposive sampling, researcher chooses people they believe will provide best insights. Example, interviewing only doctors for study on hospital efficiency. Its pros, it is focused and targeted. And cons, subjective, depends on researcher's judgment. In quota sampling, you ensure certain categories are filled, but selection inside those categories is non-random. Example, interviewing 50 men and 50 women at a mall, but choosing whoever is available until quota is filled. Its pros, it is faster than stratified sampling, and cons, still biased within groups. Snowball sampling method is used when populations are hard to reach. One participant refers researcher to another and so on. Example, studying illegal drug users or rare disease patients. Its pros, it helps access hidden populations, and cons, not representative. Also, high bias risk. Now, let's move on to probability versus non-probability. Probability sampling is fair, accurate, but costly and time consuming. Versus non-probability sampling is quick and cheap, but less reliable. And when to use which? Use probability when accuracy matters, like government surveys, and use non-probability when speed and access are more important, like exploratory research. So, that was a deep dive into types of sampling. Now, quick question for you. Imagine you are conducting survey about student stress level in university. Which method would you use and why? Drop your answer in comment and don't forget to like, subscribe and check out my earlier video on sample versus population. Thank you for watching.